Okay, so we're going to find ourselves sitting here on whatever it is that was making the knees a little bit more comfortable, allowing them to settle down at the same level or lower than the hips. And then really concentrate on just letting your knees relax. If they're up too high, then you're really squeezing them. So try to relax the knees. Relax your face. And start slowing your breath here, letting it calm down a little bit. Breathing slower than you usually breathe, breathing louder than you usually breathe. Letting your shoulders relax down. If you find that you're still sort of tense here, hunching your shoulders up, just relax them down and away from your ears. Now you can have your eyes open or your eyes closed here, whatever makes you more comfortable. And we're slowly going to let our right ear drop towards our right shoulder. Now you're not going to press it, you're just going to rest it here. Relax your face, feel that nice stretch down the left side of your neck. And relax your shoulders even more. That's when my shoulder starts twitching, when I try to make it relax more. Now imagine yourself as...
Chips. That was the last, and I had a hard time finding a case of beer. That's why that was a problem.
Imagine yourself here as a sort of tension teapot. Like the tension is just pouring out the top of your head.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good beer. I appreciate that.
I think I did it. Come on.
Now from here, you're going to keep your head tilted this way, but turn your head so that your nose is facing more to your shoulder. Really slowly, feel how that stretch changes in your neck. Keep that left shoulder relaxed down. Now keep your head just like it is. You might have to turn your eyes to peek at me. But your left arm, you're going to just reach it out to the side a little bit. You don't have to bring it high. And move it around just a little bit until you sort of find that feeling of that nerve going up the back of your arm towards your shoulder. It's easy for me to find because I think my muscles pinch my nerves a bit in my swimmer shoulders. Now once you find that feeling of that nerve there, start rotating your arm from your shoulder. So you're just rotating that whole arm all the way around, one direction and then the other. And you're going to feel that along that nerve. This is called nerve flossing. It's weird, but it's good. Just keep going with that slow flossing motion with that left arm. And then turn your head again slowly so that your ear is facing that right shoulder. Keep flossing with that left arm. And then relax that left arm. And bring your right hand to the right side of your head. Now really relax your neck. Let your hand have the weight of your head, and then you're going to help the head back up. Maybe just take a moment to notice how different you feel from side to side. And then slowly, without pressing, relax your left ear towards your left shoulder. I think the Roomba vacuum is coming to get me. So again, don't press here. Just let your head relax in that direction. And you got to be careful not to let your right shoulder follow you. Relax your shoulders even more. And then slowly just turn your head so that your nose is facing your shoulder instead of your ear. And just hold here, keep relaxing. Notice how that changes that stretch along your neck. Now we're going to look for that nerve on the other side. So just bringing your right arm out to the side. And just find really small movements here, maybe up, down, front to back, until you find that feeling of that nerve. Some people find it really easily. It's harder for others. And then find that flossing motion with that arm, rotating from the shoulder, the whole arm. Flossing around that nerve sensation. There's always a Johnny butt in these videos. Now turn your head just slightly, keep flossing with the arm, so that the ear is facing the shoulder again. Now relax that right arm and bring the left hand to the left side of the head. Allow that hand to have the weight of the head. And then slowly press your head back up. Now drop your chin forward. Don't press it, just relax it. And think about finding small movement here with your chin. Almost like you're trying to trace a soft line along your collarbone. And when you find those sore, sticky spots there in the back of your neck as you're finding that line on your collarbone, you can stay there if you find a good juicy spot back there. Stay there, just sort of add some small movement in that area and try to breathe into that sore spot. See if you can release some of that tension back there. And slowly lifting up the chin. Just sort of move the shoulders around a little bit, see how they feel now, a little bit looser in the neck. And then we're going to set whatever you're sitting on aside and find all fours. So wrists under shoulders here, knees under hips. And on your next inhale, find your cow pose. Drop your belly down, hips back, face forward. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin like an angry cat here. And then inhale back to cow pose. And exhale, angry cat. And back to cow. And angry cat. And give yourself just one more of these. Inhale to cow. Find that full movement with your breath. And then exhale to angry cat. Really sucking the belly button in, pressing your upper spine towards the ceiling. And then finding a neutral spine here. Now adding to this, we're going to tuck the toes under. So I like to give mine a little scoot here so I get them really good and tucked. And then on your next inhale, you're going to come back to cow pose, keeping the toes tucked. As you exhale, start to round your back, but pull the hips back towards the heels. And then inhale back to cow pose. And exhale, round the spine, pull the hips back. You're stretching the toes here. And inhale back to cow. Keep going with this at your own breathing pace. The slower, the better here. Just a couple more. And then come back to all fours after your next breath cycle. And then you can untuck your toes, maybe tap the top of the feet on the mat. And from here, keep your left hand down and bring your right hand behind your head. Kind of pressing up into your hand with your head. And as you inhale here, you're leading from your upper spine and you're going to open towards the right. And then as you exhale, close it in, bringing the elbow down and towards the left. And inhale, open again. So this is all work with the upper spine. The elbow's the caboose. And then exhale, come back down again. So all of this movement is coming from the upper spine. Then inhale, opening. Now when you get to that stopping point, see if you can go just the tiniest bit further there, just a fraction of an inch. And exhale, closed again. Just a couple more of these at your own breathing pace. The elbow is just along for the ride. And after your next exhale, come back to all fours. And then come down onto your left forearm. And then the right hand comes behind the head again. The same thing here. You're going to inhale, opening, leading from the upper spine. And then exhale, close it in. And keep going with that at your own breathing pace. So this is really working on those muscles in your upper back, helping them stretch open. And give yourself one more here, remembering that little extra bit of movement after your stopping point is where your work is really happening. And then come back to all fours. Now finding the same thing, but we're going to bring that hand behind the back here. I like my palm facing up. You can see what feels better for you. And then finding that same motion, leading with the upper spine, opening on your inhale and closing on your exhale. at your own breathing pace. Now the next time your chest is open, hold there but keep breathing. And then just reach that arm up. Reach, 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 wiggle the fingers around. And then as you exhale, we're going to thread that arm underneath and behind the left, all the way through. So setting that shoulder down. Now once you're down, lift up and reach just a little bit further. Like you're reaching for something under the bed. And you can stay here just as you are, with that left hand just sort of supporting you with that elbow bent. Or you can walk those fingers forward on the left hand, straightening that elbow. That sort of opens the chest a bit more. See what feels better for you. Now wiggle around here as much as you like to find that stretch you want on that bottom shoulder, the twist you want in your spine. And think about breathing in your back ribs. So expanding your back ribs out with your inhale and letting them contract on your exhale. Breathing behind your heart. It feels really good when you're in this shape. Now taking that left hand and using it to press back up to all fours. And finding all of that on the other side. So bring the left hand behind the head, pressing the head a bit into the back of the hand. And then leading from your upper back, we're inhaling open to the left. And exhale, closing it in. And keep going with this at your own breathing pace. Slower is better. Slower and controlled is more advanced than just throwing your body around here. Give yourself one more of these. And then come back to all fours. And bring your right forearm to the ground. The same thing, hand behind head. And inhale, open towards the left. Find that bit of extra work after your stopping point. And exhale, slowly close it in. And a few of these at your own breathing pace. Let's give ourselves one more. And then back to all fours. And then drawing that left hand behind the back. And finding that same motion again. Inhaling open to the left. And exhaling, closing down and towards the right. All from the upper spine. Inhaling open. So the shoulder is sort of like the caboose here. Don't lead with the shoulder. Really think about leading with that upper spine. Even if you're not going so far. Now after your next inhale, hold that openness. Keep breathing. And slowly start to extend that arm up, nice and open. You can wiggle the fingers. And on your next exhale, thread that arm underneath and behind the right, all the way through. And then once you're here, lift up a little bit, reach a little bit further. Just find that little bit of extra. And then same thing here. You can just have your hand here, or you can walk it forward. If this is uncomfortable on your neck, then use that book you grabbed and place it under your head. Think again about breathing into the back ribs. And then drawing that left hand in, pressing all the way up back to all fours. Now we're going to have two options here coming into puppy pose. The gentler option is to bring the knees a little bit wider, toes together. And we want to keep the hips high as you walk the hands forward and you drop the chest towards the ground. Now if you're easily able to bring your chest to the ground, you're not feeling much of a stretch, then come back up, bring your knees back under your hips. This just is making you have further to go down. And then again, drop the chest. Keep the hips high. You can have your forehead down or your chin down here. See what gives you the stretch you like better. And then just let gravity have you. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly just worm your way on down onto your stomach. And come up on your elbows. So we have our elbows here, right under our shoulders in Sphinx pose. And you can have the palms of your hands down, or you can make fists with the pinky side down. See what feels better for you. And by better, I mean see which one helps your shoulders open a little bit more. What helps your shoulders open wider? Now pick up your right leg, and then reach it back like you're trying to pull it out of the hip some. Reach back with all 10 toes, make it longer, and set it down. Same with the left. Lift it up, stretch it back, make it match the right, and set it down. Keep reaching back with both legs. Pull your belly button up and in like you're trying to pull it away from the mat. And pull the chest forward and up, heart through the arms. Really widen your collarbone here. Shoulder blades close to each other in the back. Relax your face, breathe. This pose is really good for your low back. It's good for your upper back too, lengthening in that upper spine. Now hold on to all this engagement. And we're going to bring the left hand over towards the right elbow. That's our supporting arm. Bend the right knee and then reach back for that foot. Just pulling that foot in. And think about pulling this foot just slightly outside the body. So think more hip than low back here. And try not to relax into that left arm. Stay nice and strong there. Keep reaching back with the left toes. And you'll notice that if you start to relax too much into that, if you let the belly relax, that leg relax, then you start to get a bit of a pinching in your low back. That's what we're trying to avoid. By staying really active in this pose, keeping the core strong, we're protecting our low back. Now if you have the space here, you can turn your fingers from back to front. It adds a shoulder stretch and sometimes a foot cramp. And then release that foot all the way down and come back to Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. This time we're going to turn our palms up. And keep the elbows down and just pull the palms out wider. Keep lifting the chest forward and up, nice wide in your collarbone. Relax your face. And then bringing your hands back, and this time the right hand comes over. So that forearm is parallel to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee and reach back with the left hand for it. Just say nice things to your quads. They do so much for you. Give them a nice stretch. They deserve it. If you have the space, you can turn your fingers from pointing back to pointing forwards. Release that foot all the way down. And from here, we're just going to roll over. Onto your back here. Keep your knees bent for now. Let your spine relax. And whatever it was that you got to use as a yoga strap, go ahead and grab it now. And then we're going to sort of lasso our right foot with whatever it is you're using. And extend that right foot straight up. And gently drawing that right leg towards your right shoulder. So leave yourself enough room in your strap here so that your leg is mostly straight without locking. We don't want a really bent leg. So mostly straight without locking out that knee. And your shoulders can relax down. So you can give yourself lots of room in your strap. This left leg can stay bent like it is, or you can bring it down flat. Either way is correct. But if you bring it flat, then flex that foot. Pull your pinky toe back towards your knee. Keep that leg really strong. With every exhale, relax into it a little bit more. Now from here, hold on to both sides of that strap or whatever you have with your right hand. Bring your left hand to your left hip. This is our reminder to keep that left hip on the ground as you slowly release that right leg out towards the right. Your right hip will tell you when to stop. So it's more important here to keep the hips neutral and to keep that left hip down than to bring this right leg down low. This is a deep stretch. So if you would like to prop your foot up on something, then feel free to do that. That book you got or a couple pillows. If you need more here, then you can sort of pull that leg up, drawing that foot closer to the top right corner of your mat. Don't panic, but I forgot to push the button on the stopwatch. I have good instincts. Just keep breathing here. Slowly, carefully, bring that leg back up to the center. And we're going to switch hands. So hold on to both sides of the strap with the left hand now. And you're going to draw that leg across the body to the left. Roll onto that left hip. That bottom leg can relax. And then look to the right. So keep your shoulders down. And look to the right. Sort of same story here. If you want to prop that foot up on a block or a couple of pillows, feel free. If you need more, pull that foot up towards the top left corner of the mat. That should intensify the stretch. And this stretch really shows you where you're tight. Everybody feels this one differently. Some people still really feel it up here in the glutes and in the hip. Some people, it's still all hamstring. For me, it's the IT band. I feel it down the outside of my knee. Some people, their calves. So wherever it's hurting you is okay. It's hurting somebody else differently. Slowly, carefully, come back to the center. And bend both knees, bring them into your chest. Rock side to side. Just sort of notice how different you feel from one side to the other. How crooked I've just made you. Then relax the right foot down this time, keeping the knee bent for now. And then get that strap around the left foot. Gently drawing that left leg towards your left shoulder. So think more shoulder than chest. Just slightly outside the body. Relax your face. Slow breath. With every exhale, maybe falling just a little bit deeper into the stretch. almost there, I promise. Now holding on to both sides of the strap with the left hand. Drop that leg out to the left. The right leg can be bent or flat. If it's flat, flex that right foot. Make sure that right hip is down. Halfway done here. Slow inhale, slow exhales. Really allow yourself to melt into the stretch. Slowly, carefully back to the center. Almost done here. Switch hands. Hold on with your right hand. Draw that leg across the body to the right. Roll onto the right hip. Then look to the left. That bottom leg can relax. Halfway done with this one. And slowly, carefully come back to the center here and bring both knees into the chest again. And draw the legs a little bit wider here so your thighs are more outside your body, more along your ribs. And think about pressing your whole back towards the mat. Your low back, your middle back, your upper back, shoulder blades close to each other. Holding your core pretty strong here in order to press your whole back down. And then keep pressing your back down. Keep holding the core strong as you extend your legs straight up. Flex both feet. So you're pressing down with your hips, your back, your shoulders. Pressing up with your legs and your feet. And really slowly here, start to point and flex the feet. The slower the better. Finding a bit of a pause at the point, a pause at the flex. And then start to make circles with the feet rolling from the ankles. So big circles with the feet. Again, the slower the better here. Find that full range of motion with your feet. And then reverse the direction. And then bending both knees again. Into the chest. And then releasing the feet, one leg at a time, laying flat. And let the feet relax out to the side. Turn your palms here to face up. Maybe bringing your arms a little bit away from the body, wherever feels most comfortable. And let the shoulder blades tuck down and under. Really let your shoulders relax. Let the eyes close down. Relax the fingers, relax the toes. See if you can relax your face. Finding a little bit of space in your jaw between your top teeth and your bottom teeth. And then notice what your tongue is doing. Is it pressing against the top of your mouth, against the top of your teeth? Relax it. Relax the corners of your mouth. Even finding the slightest smile here can really help your cheeks relax. Now that area between your eyebrows, or stress line, or anger wrinkle, see if you can smooth that out, relax it. Think about allowing your eyebrows to fall away from each other. Smoothing out the forehead. Slowing the breath. And taking your time as you're ready. Start finding small movements in your body, maybe rubbing your thumb over the pad of each finger. Bending one knee and then the other. And however you'd like, making your way back up to a seated position. give yourself just a little bit of wiggles here. See if your shoulders feel a little bit looser, if your neck feels a little bit less tense. And thank you for sharing your space, your breath, your practice. Namaste.